Greetings everyone and welcome back. In the previous video we set up our layouts, and in this video we are going to set up our auto discovery components here. So let's begin, and we'll be using a plugin to do that, still from the unplugin community. And let's go ahead and bring in this plugin. So I'll be using the auto import plugin, these unplugin view components, and that's what's going to help us bring in the components by default. And I'm using Vite, so I'm going to grab this configuration here, and what I can do, I'll just go ahead and bring in this installation command here. I'll go back to my VS Code and I'll paste this in here just like that, and that should bring in the unplugin view components. That's going to help us discover all the components that we already have inside our components folder here. All right, so let's just go ahead and bring in the configuration. So I'm going to have this, and I'll go back here in my code editor, and I'll go into the Vite here, and I'm just going to bring in the components like that. And after that, I'm just going to register the components here like that, and that should be now able to import our components directly without us having to import them on every page that we would want to use them. So for us to test if that's working correctly, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to create a new folder, and I'll call this folder layouts like that, and I'm going to create one file here. I'll call this file navbar.view like that. And what I want to have here is just a simple I'm just going to have an H1 there, and I'm going to have a navbar like that. And now if you remember, in our default here we have a navbar. Now instead of having to import the navbar from the layouts and now to use it here, actually I'm going to rename this just to have it like a navbar like that. Now instead of having to import this one whenever we want to use it in our default layouts page here or component here, we're going just to have to say the navbar. So here, instead of having this navbar the way we had it, I'm just going to now have navbar like that. Like that. And that now should, because we already have the auto discovery running in our project, we should have, or we should be able to have the contents of navbar being printed on our page here. So let's just go ahead and see if that's true. So I'll go back to here, and for some reason we do not have that. So let's just go back and see what could be the problem. And here I have the navbar. So what I want to do, let me just go ahead and just have this as navbar, as that's how we have it. Let's go ahead and save that, go back, and now as you can see here, we have the navbar printed here. And it's auto discovered because we've not imported that on our template here, only that I had a misname for the navbar that we had created. And that's how we can achieve the auto discovery of the components inside the components folder of our source folder or our SRC folder here. So that's what we wanted to bring into our project in this video. And thank you very much for being with me on this video. When we come back, we will now bring in the Vuetify part into our project, and then from there we'll start creating our theme. We will start creating our applications theme. Thank you very much. See you in the next one.